Kenya's forests are in danger. Trees are disappearing at an alarming rate. In just 6 months, 6 million eucalyptus trees have been cut down. This is like losing 5 times the size of Karura forest, or half of Nairobi National Park.
I say direct sabotage the presidential tree campaign. It totally did confirm our fears in terms of that the cutting that was going on was totally unsustainable and was causing more harm than good for the country. So we're talking about twice Nairobi National Park being full of trees and being cut down. We're talking now, this is across, if you were to consolidate all the farms together, we're looking at maybe Karura forest about 20 times, maybe about 28% of Nairobi's landmass.
These trees are vital for our environment and our livelihoods. The rapid disappearance of these trees is a serious problem. It is a crisis that needs urgent attention. We must act now to protect our forests. The numbers are shocking. Between January and June 2024, Kenya lost 6 million eucalyptus trees. These trees covered a vast area of 11,720 acres. Imagine a forest that big, gone in just half a year. These trees were not old and decaying. They were young and healthy, aged between 5 and 6 years old. They had so much more to offer. Instead, they were cut down and turned into veneers, thin sheets of wood used for furniture and other products. The felling of these trees might seem like a quick way to make money. The immediate financial gain from selling timber can be tempting, especially for farmers and loggers who are looking for a fast return on their investment. But it is a short-sighted approach with long-term consequences. The land, once stripped of its trees, becomes vulnerable to erosion and degradation. The soil loses its fertility, making it difficult for new plants to grow. This not only affects the environment but also the livelihoods of those who depend on the land for farming. Farmers earned 642 million shillings from selling the veneers. This might seem like a substantial amount of money at first glance. The marketplace buzzes with activity as the veneers are sold and transported to various destinations. However, this immediate profit comes at a significant cost. However, they lost out on a much larger potential income.
And I quote, "The figures clearly show that selling of veneers attracts less profits than selling for other products at a later stage, bordering on the exploitation of farmers. The quick market offered 0.6 billion shillings they would have made had the trees matured to about 10 to 15 years of age. And the value was to rise further to more than 11 billion shillings had the trees matured to..."
The barren land left behind is a stark reminder of what has been sacrificed. Farmers who once looked forward to a prosperous future now face uncertainty and financial instability. The short-term gain pales in comparison to the long-term losses. If the trees had been allowed to grow for 10 to 15 years, they could have earned 8.6 billion shillings. The site of a lush, mature eucalyptus plantation is a testament to the potential wealth that could have been realized. The trees, swaying gently in the wind, represent not just natural beauty, but also economic prosperity. And if they had matured for 20 to 25 years, the income could have been over 11 billion shillings. Imagine the economic impact of such a thriving forest. The old majestic eucalyptus trees stand tall, symbolizing the immense value that comes with patience and sustainable practices. This premature harvesting robs farmers of their rightful earnings and harms the national economy. The devastated land and economic graphs showing losses are a clear indication of the negative impact. Farmers, standing amidst their young eucalyptus plantations, look concerned and disheartened. The decision to harvest prematurely not only affects individual farmers, but also has broader economic implications for the entire nation. Sustainable forestry practices are essential for ensuring long-term economic stability and environmental health. The environmental consequences of this deforestation are severe. When vast areas of forest are cleared, it not only affects the immediate landscape, but also has far-reaching impacts on the global environment. Forests play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystem. They act as the lungs of the earth, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Without them, the levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere increase, contributing to global warming and climate change. When trees are cleared, the land is left bare and exposed. This barren land is highly susceptible to erosion. The roots of trees hold the soil together, and without them, the soil becomes loose and can be easily washed away by rain. This not only depletes the land of its nutrients but also leads to sedimentation in rivers and streams, which can harm aquatic life. This leads to soil erosion, where the fertile topsoil is washed away by rain. The loss of topsoil means that the land becomes less productive for agriculture, leading to reduced crop yields and food shortages. Additionally, the eroded soil can clog waterways, leading to increased flooding and damage to infrastructure. The loss of trees also disrupts the water cycle. Trees play a vital role in the water cycle by absorbing rainwater and releasing it slowly into the atmosphere through a process called transpiration. Without trees, the water cycle is disrupted, leading to changes in precipitation patterns, reduced groundwater recharge, and increased frequency of extreme weather events such as floods and droughts. Trees act like sponges, absorbing rainwater and releasing it slowly. This helps to regulate the flow of water in rivers and streams, preventing sudden surges that can lead to flooding. It also ensures a steady supply of water during dry periods, which is essential for maintaining the health of ecosystems and human communities. Without them, rainwater runs off quickly, causing floods and droughts. The rapid runoff can lead to flash floods, which can destroy homes, infrastructure, and agricultural land. On the other hand, the lack of water retention can result in prolonged droughts, which can devastate crops, reduce water supplies, and lead to food and water shortages. The waste from veneer processing further pollutes the soil and water. Industrial activities associated with deforestation, such as logging and veneer processing, generate waste that can contaminate the environment. Chemicals and pollutants from these processes can seep into the soil and water, harming wildlife and posing health risks to human populations. The disappearance of trees also threatens bees, which rely on eucalyptus for honey production. Bees play a crucial role in pollinating plants, and their decline can have a ripple effect on entire ecosystems. The loss of eucalyptus trees means that bees lose a vital source of nectar, which can lead to a decline in bee populations and negatively impact the production of honey. Counties continue to threaten our forests. Section 6. Voices from the ground stakeholders speak out. Different groups in Kenya have voiced their concerns about the deforestation crisis. The Kenya Manufacturers Association, or KM, has condemned the situation, calling it criminal and international sabotage. KM emphasizes the need to stop veneer exports and focus on adding value to timber locally. The Kenya Forestry Research Institute, known as KEFRI, recommends a thorough assessment of eucalyptus trees across the country. This information will help create better policies and direct investments effectively. Section 7. The Foreign Connection, China and India's Role. Chinese and Indian nationals are heavily involved in the veneer trade. They have set up processing plants and warehouses in Kenya. These businesses export large quantities of veneers, mainly to China and India. Concerns have been raised about the involvement of these foreign nationals. They often offer incentives to farmers for eucalyptus trees, encouraging overharvesting. There are also concerns about whether they have the necessary work permits and whether they are taking jobs away from Kenyans. Section 8. Beyond eucalyptus. The Baobab tree's plight. While the focus is on eucalyptus, another iconic tree is under threat. The Baobab. This majestic tree, a symbol of Africa's resilience, faces numerous challenges. Climate change, changing cultural values, overharvesting for its fruit pulp, which is considered a superfood, and biopiracy, all threaten the baobab. In 2022, there was a controversial incident where baobab trees were uprooted and exported to Georgia. This highlights the need for stronger policies to protect this valuable species. Section 9. Securing the future, a call for action. Our forests are the lungs of our planet, providing us with the oxygen we breathe and absorbing the carbon dioxide we produce. They are home to countless species of flora and fauna, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The deforestation crisis in Kenya demands immediate and decisive action. Every year, thousands of hectares of forest are lost to illegal logging, agricultural expansion, and infrastructure development. This not only threatens biodiversity, but also disrupts the livelihoods of local communities who depend on these forests for their survival. We cannot afford to lose our forests. The barren lands left behind after deforestation are a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions. Without trees, the soil becomes infertile, water sources dry up, and the land becomes prone to erosion and desertification. They are essential for our well-being and the health of our planet. Forests play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate, maintaining the water cycle, and providing habitat for wildlife. They also offer recreational and spiritual benefits, enriching our lives in countless ways. Sustainable forestry practices are crucial. By adopting methods that balance the need for timber with the need to preserve our forests, we can ensure that these vital ecosystems continue to thrive. This includes selective logging, where only certain trees are harvested, and replanting efforts to replace those that are cut down. This means planting more trees than we cut down. Community involvement is key to these efforts. When local people are engaged in tree planting and forest management, they become stewards of the land, ensuring that forests are protected for future generations, and ensuring that harvesting is done responsibly. Responsible logging practices include measures to minimize damage to the surrounding environment, such as using low-impact machinery and creating buffer zones around sensitive areas. We must also add value to our timber locally by processing it within the country rather than exporting raw logs. This not only reduces the environmental impact of transportation, but also creates jobs and stimulates the local economy, creating jobs and boosting our economy. Collaboration is key. By working together, we can develop innovative solutions that benefit both people and the planet. This includes training programs for local craftsmen, investment in sustainable technologies, and support for small businesses that rely on forest products. The government, local communities, businesses, and international partners must work together. Effective policies and regulations are essential to ensure that forests are managed sustainably. This requires a coordinated effort with input from all stakeholders, and international partners must work together. International cooperation can provide the resources and expertise needed to tackle deforestation on a global scale. By sharing knowledge and best practices, we can create a more sustainable future for all. This is not just about protecting trees, it's about securing our future. Forests are a vital part of our natural heritage, and their preservation is essential for the well-being of our planet and its inhabitants. It's about securing our future. By taking action now, we can ensure that future generations inherit a world where forests continue to provide the many benefits we enjoy today. Let's come together to protect our forests and secure a sustainable future for all.
Our main concern is the age of the trees which are being cut now by the so-called investors who have come to this country, who have invaded each and every corner of where there is potential of trees. The administration is there, they don't ask anything, they're only getting a permit from the county government and requesting the farmers to get just a permit.
Of the illegal operations, the assistant manager Shadrach Koech reveals that they are currently facing a shortage of trees. This is despite manufacturing 36 tons of trees per day.